I was mad at Auburn after week 1 because they kicked Baylor's butt, man. I was bitter about it. But now I have seen the light. Baylor and Auburn need each other in 2025. They need it. Auburn, this is the only good non-conference opponent they'll face. Baylor, it's the good non-conference opponent they didn't beat. And now, after so much unknown going into week 1 about those two teams, Baylor has a top 20 win on the road. Auburn is in the rankings. It can only help each other. And this isn't even just throwing a line to all these Auburn fans who have continued to watch and listen to the show because they were all over the place on the postgame show. But this is legit. Like, these two programs need each other right now. And I know the Auburn fans know it. And I know the Baylor fans know it. Every Auburn win, which a blowout against Ball State, every Auburn win makes Baylor look better. Every Baylor win is going to make Auburn look better, and it paid off instantly for the Tigers, who now do sit in the top 25 this week in the AP poll. Am I saying that's because of Baylor? Well, no, because Auburn beat Baylor. You need to win that game. But I think anyone would tell you a win for Baylor on the road against number 17 SMU was bigger for Auburn than a 60-point victory against Ball State. I'll tell you that much. And if Auburn can pull off a win against OU here in a couple of weeks, boy, does that make Baylor look good. Boy, does that make Baylor look good. And after 2 weeks, Auburn looks like one of the strong SEC teams here. Like, let's be honest. UT loses week 1. Alabama loses week 1. Kiffin had all kinds of trouble with Kentucky again. Like, this makes Auburn look pretty good in the SEC. And as good as they look in the SEC, it's going to make Baylor look even better. That, hey, it was a one-score game until the last few minutes of it. These two programs, they need each other. And they're in pretty similar situations. Every time that either of these teams doesn't play well, there's going to be conversation around, should their head coach be fired? Like, that's a reality that both programs are probably going to have to live in the whole season. Auburn is trying to prove something with their offense. Baylor's trying to prove something with their defense. And every time one of those teams wins, it greatly benefits the other one. And I put out the question on the poll this week because I saw RG3 tweeted that Baylor and Auburn should both be ranked this week. And so I put the question out there. I said, Baylor fans, do you think the Bears should be in the top 25 this week? And most of you said no, which I agree with, by the way. It was an impressive win on Saturday, but you probably haven't done well. I say you probably haven't done enough to be in the top 25 yet. Has Illinois done enough to be in the top 10? Like, no, but maybe that's just the way it works sometimes. But I don't think Baylor should be there yet. But I say this to say a couple of the other comments were, if Baylor's in, then Auburn should be in. And I agree with that because I think Baylor's looked good. Auburn beat them on the road. They took care of business in week 2. They've got NFL talent. That's what gets you in the top 25 in week 3, and they deserve to be there. And so I agree with that point. And that's kind of what tipped this whole thing is these two programs are going to need each other. Like, they're going to be scoreboard watching every week. And I hope it means that Auburn fans are watching the Locked On Baylor postgame. I hope Baylor fans, after watching my postgame, are watching Zach Blackerby's postgame. Because this is going to be ammunition all season long. And if these two teams can creep up or get to double-digit wins in the regular season, that is going to be a big talking point when it comes to the college football playoff. And these are two teams that have ambitions towards competing for the conference championship and competing for the 12-team playoff. And that week 1 is going to be very interesting the more these two teams win. So I think these two programs need each other. They really do. It's trivia time on Monday on Locked On Baylor. Before we get into today's trivia question, we had to ask for the last one, which was, when was the last time SMU beat Baylor? And I said, I really hope that this continues, that this is still correct. And it is still correct. When was the last time SMU beat Baylor, and who was Baylor's quarterback? The correct answer went to Big Bear 1986. And how coincidental is that? It's in the name. 1986 was the last time that SMU beat Baylor. Ronald Reagan was in office, and Cody Carlson, the former Houston Oiler, was the quarterback for the Baylor Bears. Someone should look up what the number one song was, what the number one movie was. Maybe that should have been me. So congratulations to Big Bear 1986 for getting that correct. Let's see if he can make it 2 for 2 on this next one. Baylor's next opponent, the Samford Bulldogs from Birmingham. Okay. Not much of a football program, not much of a football pedigree necessarily, until you hear this trivia question. I want to know from you, who are the 2 college football national championship coaches who played their college football at Samford? They're 2 names that you've heard of. And I know we still probably have some Auburn fans hanging on, still listening to the show. You'll be very familiar with one of their works. 2 national championship coaches in Division I who played their college football at Samford. Let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this new Auburn-Baylor relationship and how key they are for each other throughout the whole rest of the season. Baylor fans, will you be saying WDE or damn Eagle? And Auburn fans, are you going to be saying Sick 'em Bears? Let me know in the comment section below. Then be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out a lot, helps my boss know that I'm continuing to do these and hopefully doing a good job. And we want to get towards 5,000 subscribers because that will be a big deal for your pal, Cam Stuart, host of Locked On Baylor. Thank you so much for making it your first listen today and every day. I'm going to warn you now, it's going to be a little bit more negative tomorrow, or at least taking a more critical look. But I hope you'll join us then. Thank you for making it your first listen today and every day. And we will see you tomorrow on your favorite show, Locked On Baylor.